Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name's Paige, I'm an artist and Twitch streamer. So today I was gonna repair my sculpture here. I'm going to put a handle on a mug and I have some dishes to do as well. So let's get into the stuffs. First of all, this is a stoneware clay, cone 6. Anybody knows what that means out there? It's bone dry, so it hasn't been fired yet. Kind of figured it would crack because this clay isn't great for sculpting. It's pretty smooth. It doesn't have any grog in it, which is like tiny particles that make the clay stronger and shrink less. I think maybe I'll put up a little grog definition in this later. I'm new to YouTube, I don't know. This is the clay. It's an M340 clay by Plainsman. I also have like a porcelain. I labeled them all porcelain, and I have a coffee clay. I just have paper clay just for cracks and stuff. It's good to have around. So what I did to make this was I just took a piece of this clay that is wet. I smushed it into like a little puck, and then I dried it out. Waited till it was completely dry, cracked it up, put it in this little container. I actually haven't mixed it yet. It looks gross. Okay, so then I put vinegar over top. I don't measure anything, by the way. You don't need to. And then I took one sheet of 2-ply. I don't know. It doesn't matter what ply. And I ripped it up and put it in there. And then I just let it dissolve. So when the clay is bone dry, it dissolves pretty much on its own. When it's wet and you add vinegar to it, it just kind of stays in this state. When it's dry, it breaks down into particles because the water slides in between the plates easier, something scientific. So I'm gonna mix this up and then we'll just apply it to this crack over here, let it dry, see if the crack returns, fill it again, and then we will bisque fire it. If you bisque a piece, you can repair it with the paper clay. I don't know about cone, if it's fired all the way up to cone 6, but if it's bisqued, I think it's possible. I did it with a mega mopey of mine. I could show you. Yeah, so let's just fill it up. Fill it up. All right, friends, so what I've done here is I have this little sponge here, and I just laid it down nice and gently. And look what we've discovered is there's more cracks. There's one over here, and then there's some here. I'll try to repair all these. This hole is supposed to be here. You're making a hollow sculpture. You want to put a hole in there. Let the air escape, you know? What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna mix this up. I don't want it to be too thin. This might be a little thin. You don't want it to be too thick either. You want it to be like a paste, I guess. I'm just gonna fill the cracks up. You know what I've learned in pottery is best tools are just your hands, my dudes. Shit. Okay, we got a toe. We got a new and interesting challenge, my dudes. Let's try, shall we, to put the toe back on with the paper clay, huh? What we do here is we just put the paper clay on the toe. Jesus Christ. Paper clay on the toe, and then you guys aren't going to find out if this works until I make another video. You know what? That's what ceramics and life is all about. We're learning. We're growing. We're trying our best, my dudes. Okay. I didn't really explain what this sculpture was, but I don't think I need to. I did that enough in art school, you know. And when I did explain my art, it was the wrong explanation somehow. Just take a look at my art, think what you want. Especially when it's in progress, I don't really like to put a lot of pressure on what it is or what it's going to be about. It can change. And honestly, since I'm not glaze firing this, if the toe falls off, I can just crazy glue it on when it's out of the kiln. And I have faith in this toe, honestly. You know what the key here is to not give up, my dudes. Just keep on trying. That's basically the process. I just don't think this particular clay is good for sculpting. But I have so much of it, man. So many boxes of this clay. We'll see how it goes. I will be monitoring it. I'll be monitoring the toe. And let me show you what a sculpture that I did repair from bisque. You can still see a little bit of the cracks, but it's okay. It adds to it. Alright, so this guy, when he was bone dry like that, he had cracked on his butt, of course, right there. So it's still cracked, but let me tell you, it was bigger. And then he also cracked here. There's some crackage. I was stressed out about it and I was freaking out about it, but you know, he's all in one piece. This clay is also not a good clay for sculpting. I'm using clays that probably aren't great for big scale sculptures. I also think the cracks kind of add to it. He's been through some stuff, you know. We don't give up on him. We don't give up on him. There's another finished sculpture. I'll show you that one with the same stoneware clay that also has cracks in it. Bam. Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. Let me try. Maybe it might be easier just to take photos and then show you the cracks. There's a crack here. It's usually on these crevices, but honestly it kind of held up well because this fired all the way to cone 6 because this is a glaze here. This is just acrylic paint and gloss. My point here is don't just give up on a piece once it's got a crack in it or a blemish because it can kind of add to it a little bit. Alright, so now while that's kind of drying, I'm just going to clean this up and then I will show you a mug that I'm going to add a handle to. I'm trying to do like free flow, you know, video. Nothing too crazy. You don't have to smash a like or anything. Be right back and I'll show you guys the mug I'm working on. Okay, so here is the mug I'm working on. It's actually a gift for somebody and I just wheel through it. Yeah, I'm just going to trim it first. We'll roll out a handle. That's pretty much it. I kind of like trimming just by hand. And what I've been using is this beautiful trimming device, honestly. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's from a Christmas popper thing. I don't know what they're called. You pop them, you get a gift, you get a hat. I got it. One of my favorite tools. I spent so much money on tools. This is my favorite one. This one's free. So that's basically how I trim. I also use a little sponge it. We trim in. I usually make the handle before I start trimming, so then the handle has some time to dry. I was too excited to show you guys my little ruler, I think. I think it's cute. Oh! I'm just trying my best. That's what it's all about. Okay, I think that looks nice. Give it a little sponge. There's little marks in the clay when you wheel through. You can see your fingies. I'm kind of getting rid of those. Just wanting it to feel like it wasn't wheel thrown. Just trying things. Usually with the shapes, I just kind of go for what my heart is really feeling. That's this shape, I guess. I'm also going to be decorating this with clay slip. So maybe my next video, I'll do a little clay slip for you guys. You're welcome. All right. Okay. I will get some clay for a handle, and I'll show you how simple that is for me to do. Alright, so clay. I don't really think too much about my handles. Go with my heart. That's all I do. Now, get a chunk of clay, and I just roll it out, really. I kind of like my handles to be lumpy. I like it when there's a little bit of wonkiness. And there's a little bit of unevenness. That's life, man. Okay, we got a roll here. And then what I do, I just play around. See what I like, see what goes. The handle's kind of floppy, so usually before I trim, I would shape the handle, put it on my desk to kind of dry a little bit. But okay, what do we like? See, that's all we do. What looks nice to us? Might be a little big. Kind of nice. What do y'all think? Just a little smaller. Maybe that. Huh? That's cute, huh? I think that's our shape. We will attach it to its new home. Marking it where it goes. Give it a little mark. Right, smooth it out with a sponge. See, anybody could do this. Simple stuff, guys. Especially with practice. Things just get easier and easier somehow. It's a little wonky, but I think it's nice. So we'll take our pin tool and we'll just make a bunch of hashtags, or hatch marks, into where you want to attach the handle right there. When I first started pottery, like, scoring doesn't do anything. Are you kidding me? I'm not doing that shit. And you know what? Your handles will detach from your mugs. Okay, so now you want to add a little bit of slip or clay, or water, I mean, but not too much. Because why? Because it might crack if you put too much on there. And some people are like, oh, I use vinegar to attach my handles. And I've done that because I'm like, oh, that's great. That's a great idea. And it's not a great idea. It's a shit idea because things crack still. Can you say shit on YouTube? I have to look into that. Here's what I'm doing. I'm smushing the clay into the mug. And then we will take a little bit of clay here, make a little coil here, and then we'll just put it around our handle. Mushing the clay in there. Also, let me know what you think of these overlays. I mean, the slideshows. They just kind of show you that's all my work. And then these are from people that have bought my work and sent me photos of it. And it's also my Twitch overlay. This is what it looks like on Twitch also. You know, people say, do what you know. Or what's the quote? Do what you know? Like, I know that I'm in this room most of my day doing this kind of stuff. So now, I'm taking a sponge and I'm just sponging out the imperfections. It doesn't need to be perfect, my sweet dudes. Now I might just, because it's hard to get into this crevice here. Another great thing to use is a brush. This mug's quite soft, so once it's a little drier, I will also give it a little once over with the sponge. I use a sponge a lot, so sponges are good. I think it's cute. I do things a lot differently, probably, than other people do things, so don't think that this is the only way to do a certain thing. Try your own ways. This is just a way that I've learned that I like. Just find the way that you like. And that applies to many things in life, so... so I'll put this away, and then I'll take out the dishes. My sister's cat's birthday's coming up next week, on Monday. It's his first birthday, so of course I'm going to make him some dishes. This is what these are. I have two, just like this. I threw them yesterday, and I just let them dry out a little bit this morning, so let's be careful and trim the bottom a little bit. This I don't really feel like I have to trim a lot. And then we're just gonna carve Dewey's name. Alright, so I'm just gonna use this little tool here. It's just got a little bubble to do what the makeup people do. First I'm just gonna make a faint line, very faint, just so I can freaking put the letters straight. So I'll do that by just gliding this along the bottom while spinning it. Nothing too complicated here, really simple stuff. There. Clay is still a bit soft, actually, but we got the name. I also want to clean up that line I made. Dewey's a great cat, by the way. He's the best. Maybe I'll put a picture here or something. He's great. Write the character. There's one. It's still a little wet, so once it's a little drier, I'll probably go in and sponge off the letters and make sure they look smooth. And now I'm just going to do the second one. Alright, so here is the second dish, Dewey, and I found a Dewey clip for you, my favorite Dewey clip of all time, and I'll just let it speak for itself. Dewey, stop. Dewey, let go. No, Dewey. He's a little scoundrel. What else we got? We got this one. Just classic spooky cat, you know. But these are for him, and I'm actually babysitting him in a few weeks, so I'm excited. So let's check on the cracked sculpture, put these away, and then I'll probably just end up the video there. Hi, we're back. There's a crack on the toe still. That's pretty much it that I could see, so I'll probably just refill that crack. I'll just go over the cracks, all of them once again. When I put the stuff on, it adds like kind of a texture that I don't like, so I'll just sponge her down. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay friends, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll have all my links down below if you're interested. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you all are taking care of yourselves and each other, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.